Good evening, friends and neighbors. Or shall I say this afternoon?
Welcome back to the Detroit Tigers franchise on MLB The Show. I'm your host, longtime listener. Be sure to drop a like, hit the subscribe button, comment below. We've got some news for you. So, I personally have tons and tons of stuff going on. Just been busy with work because I'm moving into a management role. And we just got an offer in on a house and got it accepted. So, we're going to be moving in a month, which means got to start packing, got to start getting this house ready to sell, etc. And it's just too much to manage a ton of content to be dropping on a daily basis. And, if you're a follower of the channel, you would know that I have other stuff that I post. If you just follow this series, I try to post an episode every 3 or 4 days. And the challenge with MLB is you got to play the games, you got to go back, edit, put commentary to it, etc. And it's just very labor intensive. So the fact that I just don't know how much more I can get done on this, we are gonna do a abbreviated wrap up of the franchise series. So apologies because I really wanted to at least get through this season, if not one more. But this house popped up on the market a couple days ago. We put in an offer. We weren't even really sure we were going to get it. Um, and we did. So there's just going to be too much going on for me to try and keep up with this. So what I'm going to do is this will be the last episode, and we're going to just basically sim through this uh, season, and we'll do a wrap up at the end of the season. So I'm going to go like this. Well, I guess I could just do that. Turn off critical situations. We don't care. Now, the thing that I'm not going to like about this, we're going to just decline all trade offers, automatic management of injuries, speak of the devil, Garrett Hill injured. Um, we're not going to see the same statistics that we would have had we played out the series, and not only because I'm not controlling the guys, but also because I'm not controlling the lineups and the changes as far as putting in relief pitching. I don't like the way um, the CPU does the management. So anyway, okay, Tyler Stevenson's coming off the DL. We're just gonna hit auto utilize, auto fix. So hang on. Oh my gosh, I don't care. Oh my gosh, stop. I just want to see our record for crying out loud. Oh, holy crap. We got to just get through the All-Star break and we'll be okay. Or not. 60 and 38 at the All-Star break. Adalberto Mondesi injury out for a few days. We'll make the playoffs, and I have a feeling this team can be competitive in the postseason. What I really want to see is I would love to have been able to take some time to sim a few seasons after we kind of wrapped up gameplay. But I just, like, honest to God, I have, like, almost zero free time right now. Wait, what did we do? So, anyway, it's been a good run. I'm really happy with the way this franchise turned out as far as I don't feel like we picked a team that was, like, loaded out of the gates, but we were competitive in the first season. And then we were a serious contender the next season. Well, really serious contender from then on. And now I feel like the team that we've built is a powerhouse. And kind of poised to be really good for a while. So, auto fix, auto fix, auto 85 and 60. So we're going to win like 95 games probably. Somewhere in that neighborhood. Oh my gosh. And that should get us into the playoffs. Well, we won 94 games. We made the postseason as a wild card, and we'll play the Yankees, so we might not even, have much of a opportunity in the postseason because we didn't even win the freaking division. How did that happen? I feel like we were pretty far ahead. But the Guardians won 97 games. This is actually not quite as good as a result as I would have expected out of this team. But what I want to do real quick is I want that guy to shut up so I can hear myself think. Let's just look at the stats real quick, starting with team stats. Oh my God, Jonah Perez was just awful this year. He hit 32 home runs, but he batted .211. Oh man, so let's sort by OPS. Devers had a good year, 299, 47 homers. Austin Meadows, another pretty decent year. The average down a little bit, but 33 home runs. Torkelson, a solid year, 286 with 33 dingers. Benintendi, 292, 21 home runs. Good, that's a pretty good year for a catcher. Tyler Stevenson, pretty good numbers. Happy with Akil Baddoo. I would have liked to have seen Riley Green finish better, considering where he was earlier this year. He was having a really good year, wasn't he? Adalberto Mondesi, 21 home runs and 264. That's, I was going to say, 21 home runs is a career high, and 264 is almost a career high. So, pretty good year for him. Willie Castro ends up hitting 285 with 11 home runs. Cy Clarkson, well, only 22 at bats, but they called him up, and he did okay. Jonah Perez, we talked about him earlier. Luis Pinheiro, decent, but a rookie that we weren't really expecting a ton out of. Kind of called him up because of an injury. Brady House, a little bit disappointing. This is a guy that we kind of hope will develop over time, and it looks like he's going to, and he's still pretty young. For pitchers, let's sort by whip. Tyler Alexander, no innings pitched, no innings pitched. They probably put him on the playoff roster, which is just dumb. Casey Mize was pretty good. ERA at 3 is a little high. The whip is out higher than I'd like it, but 17 wins. Pablo Lopez, 18 wins. Solid whip. The ERA is a little elevated. Chris Ashton was pretty good. You see those numbers. A 1.11 whip and an ERA under 3. Pretty solid numbers for Eduardo Rodriguez. Got 14 wins. Matt Strom was okay. Jackson Jobe, ERA is pretty good. The whip is still elevated. I'll bet you he walked a bunch of guys. 3.68 walks per 9. That's actually not as high as I expected it to be. Where are his walks? Oh, there they are. 80 walks in 195 innings. Could be better. Andrew Chafin, the whip is up, but the ERA is rock solid. Tarek Skubal, a little bit of a disappointing year. Brandon Webb, a huge disappointment this season, considering how good he was for us last year. Same with Giovanni Gallegos. Oh my gosh. He's probably the reason we lost a bunch of games. If he's that bad as our closer, that's not a good sign. And then Ramon Merced only pitched 3 innings. I want to look at AAA and find out. Okay, so Matt Manning, did he pitch this year? He did. Got 131 innings, 3.96 ERA, and a whip that wasn't very good. So he wasn't much good. I don't think anybody else here is really worth keeping a super close eye on. Didn't we have Matt Tabor up for a while? 44 games, 91 2/3, not very good. Matthew Boyd was atrocious. Yeah, and he's down to a 73 overall at this point. Let's look at position players now. Dylan Dingler came up for a little bit. Jonathan VR, did he even get called up at all this year? Yeah, 61 games, 187 at bats. He hit 273 with 9 home runs. And then we don't even put him on the playoff roster. What about Luplo? He was a disappointment. 112 at bats, didn't hit a single home run, and he was the guy that we brought in as sort of a guy that was just meant to come in and mash lefties. And obviously, he did not do that. His slugging was 295. That's just ridiculous. So a little bit of a disappointing season in that regard. Let's look at league leaders real quick before we... Actually, I think we can do that. You know what? Stop. Let's just look at it real quick. So, Corey Seager took the batting title. Nobody there on our team in the contention. Riley Green tied for the most doubles. Torkelson, 4th in triples. Interesting. Devers finished 2nd in home runs behind Alvarez, but led the league in RBIs, and it wasn't even close. 146. That is a huge year. Simeon led the league in runs, stolen bases, Moda. We got a couple of guys up there in the higher ranks there. Corey Seager, good year for Mike Trout. Led the league in slugging and OPS. So, still getting it done at 33 years old. And there's Devers, 8th on that list. Barrios with 20 wins. And there's Pablo Lopez. And then there's Casey Mize with 17. Saves. We're not even on the list. ERA. Casey Mize, 6th. Rodriguez. Look at that. Gill just 12 homers allowed. Casey Mize had the most shutouts. Nobody on the top list for strikeouts. Mize right there for complete games. Innings pitched, he's 3rd. So he's still a workhorse for us. There's Pablo Lopez making guys earn it. Jose Barrios must have had a heck of a year. Led the league in whip and wins. What about strikeouts? 5th. So he's going to win the Cy Young. Pitching war, Barrios. Batting war, Matt Chapman. Didn't see that coming. Batting average in the National League, Manny Machado. Led the league in hits as well. Doubles, Harold Ramirez. Trey Turner, 14 triples. Acuna, 50 dingers. There's Austin Riley right behind him. And then look at this. Matt Olson and Dylan Carlson. Look at how many guys they have they have 5 guys in the top 10 in home runs. That's bonkers. 130 RBIs for Acuna. Led the league in runs as well. They've got 4 guys in the top 5 there. That's just crazy. Nicky Lopez, 37 stolen bases. Guillerme on base. Acuna slugging and OPS. 18 wins for a couple of guys there. 52 saves for a couple of guys. ERA is Ian Anderson. Paddock. Corbin Burns, 6 shutouts. 229 strikeouts. 6 complete games. Urias led the league in innings pitched. Paddock led the league in whip. Pitching war, Trevor Rogers. Interesting. And then Ronald Acuna. I mean, I say it's interesting not because he's not good, but because we didn't see his name a whole lot in the other categories. Acuna, not even close. Look at the gap in there. 3.5 points. That's crazy. All right, so let's go ahead and just advance here. I don't really care. All right, we won the wild card, and we'll take on the Rangers. Did we? We got knocked out by the Rangers. Stop. And it came down to Game 5 on the road. Yeah, we would have been on the road, and we got torched. So, that's a bummer, but that's how it goes sometimes. So the last thing that we will do is, let's sim the rest of the postseason. Brewers ended up winning the World Series. Who did they... beat? I want to see a box score. Can I see it? Apparently
Hi
not.
there, everyone. Welcome to this special
No.
postseason edition of
They beat the Rangers, so they beat the team that beat us. So I feel good about that. We do want to simulate to the off season here because I basically just want to see who makes the Hall of Fame. Nobody on our team retired, which is interesting. And Max Scherzer gets the call to the Hall. 228 wins, 3,472 strikeouts. That is way up there on the all-time list. So, congrats to Mad Max and his crazy eyes. And guys, that is going to do it for this series. I appreciate all of you who followed along. Sorry for having to just kind of cut things short, but sometimes life gets in the way, and that's exactly what's going down here. I just don't have the bandwidth to keep this thing going. I might do a Madden franchise at some point, but I don't even know if things will calm down by the time that game is out. And that means I probably will forego even doing that series this year. But hopefully we'll do another MLB franchise next year, because I should definitely be settled in, by March or April by the time things roll around for MLB 23. So, if you haven't done so already, please be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment below, and we'll see y'all next time.
Good evening, friends and neighbors. Or shall I say this afternoon?